Good day everyone, welcome to another edition of my book review, and today I'll be reviewing this particular book, Uncover Your Potential. Uncover Your Potential by Myles Munroe. Uncover Your Potential by Myles Munroe. I think this particular book is in series because he has written several other books that are related to this particular one, that's in the same line, like releasing your potential, maximizing your potential, understanding your potential. So these are books that are very related to it, that talks about potential. And I think one of the key takeaways from this book is the fact that God has deposited something in you that wants those things to germinate while you are still alive. And you're going to see much from this particular book. And to start with, this book has like 9 chapters, so I'll be taking the review by chapters. And the book made us to understand that every one of us, we are sent to the world with limited abilities. We are full of abilities, but not everyone will actualize those abilities while they are still alive. And that is the way the Uncover Your Potential comes in the fact that you should stretch yourself to make sure that you are what God has planted you to be and what God wants you to be as a creator, as someone that to establish something, maximizing what God has given you. So in the book, in page 9, they mention what potentials are, and I'm going to be listing them for you. The potentials are dormant ability, things that are inside you that you have not yet awakened them up, like they are still within you, they are just dormant there. You could sing, but you've not started singing. You could write, you've not started writing. You could draw, you've not started drawing. These are abilities that God has deposited in you. Reserved power, like the strength within you to do something, untapped strength, unused success. You have a story that could change the world, but you've not started sharing them. There are potentials in you that you've not actualized. Hidden talent, as I've mentioned, singing, drawing, writing, driving, swimming, all sorts of talents like that you've not established. They are hidden potential, they are hidden talents, capped capability. All you need to be to have not yet become. You want the dream to become someone, but yet you have not become those things. Those are potentials in you. All you can do but have not yet done. Those are potential. How far you can reach but have not yet reached. What you can accomplish but have not yet accomplished. All those things are potentials that you need to, how you're going to wake them up while you are still alive. And I remember us to know that many people who die without maximizing their potential robbed up of their abilities. Many people like that, they are no more, but they robbed us of their ability of what they can do, because it is what you have done that will be remembered. You'll be remembered for what you have done when you are no more. So the question we all need to ask is ourselves in page 16, that's to uncover our potential, are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. That's, who are you? Like, ask yourself, who am I? Why am I here? Where did I come from? What was I born to do? What can I do? Where do I fit? Why am I different? What is my potential? Where am I going? Why did I come to this planet? These are universal questions. I will ask them again. I will just go through them again. Who am I? Why am I here? Where did I come from? What was I born to do? What can I do? Where do I fit? Why am I different? What is my potential? Where am I going? Why did I come to this planet? All these are universal questions that could lead us to uncover our potential. Because when you understand yourself, you understand where you are from, you understand where you are going, you understand why you're on this planet, then you can actualize your potential. Purpose is in the master of motivation and the womb of preservation. Don't rob the next generation of what you are capable of doing, of your treasure, and the tremendous gift that has been embedded in you. So you should not rob the next generation of your greatness. Now, chapter 2 talks about the visible and invisible, and it made me understand that everything we see in the world today, they were first invisible before they are visible. That is, they were there dormant before not used, before they become used. Those architectural drawings and buildings that we see today, they were first invisible before they become visible. That is, before somebody take on responsibility to build them, to bring them into actualization. So, what does this tell us? That you will never discover who you were meant to be if you use another person to find yourself. If you use another person to find yourself, you never get to discover yourself. Your potential can only be limited by you. You will never know yourself by listening to what others says about you. What does God says about you, not what others says about you. What others says about you can limit you, but what God says about you matter most. In chapter 3, it talks about seeking self and wisdom. Seeking self and wisdom. I made us to know that we should not desire to become someone else. No. Becoming someone else is becoming the second version of that person, less version of that person. You're original, you're authentic, and you should build that what the God has meant for you to become. So looking to others for approval or acceptance limit our life and potential, our own life potential. As I've said, you are more than enough. And then, seeking validation from people can just it can limit to the extent that you will go. And potential is everything that has not yet been seen or manifested in you. Whatever you are here to do, there are potential that you need to wake up. So chapter 4 talks about why were you born. And there is a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. That is, nobody can, talk you down without you giving them the permission to do that. And the first thing we need to do is to realize that you were not a mistake. Yeah. In the scripture, sorry, I'm using Bible to back some things up, that everything God makes are good. You are not a mistake. You are here because God created you to do something in this world that you are created, you are created in. So believe that you are never a mistake. You should only carry vision, but try to you should not only carry vision, but turn your vision into action. Visions are great. They tell us, they help us to guide us on how to go and where we are going. But turning those vision into action is where the actual thing is. Turning your vision into action. So chapter 5 talks about what can you do. Yeah, what is it that you can do? The people who can change the world are those who have taken impossible out of the vocabulary. For you to realize what you can do, you have to make sure that you remove impossible from your vocabulary. At least you have the mind that everything is possible. Whatever you put your mind to, you could achieve them. Another thing from that, what you can do in chapter 5 is always have the belief that what you can achieve depends on you. Whatever you want to do depends on you. And purpose inform goals, which defines priorities. Don't be dominated by the things you should be dominating and control. There are things that we want to dominate you, that you should be dominating upon. So don't let those things to weigh you down. Yeah, we should not. We should think rest, not retirement. We should think rest, not retirement, because the weight of our potential is so rich. It requires a lifetime and beyond to bring it all out. You know, God, this what God has deposited in us is so it's so great to the extent that it's a lifetime something. Every phases of your life, you get to do something. You get to, break more milestone for yourself. So chapter 6, challenging your ability. That's what chapter 6 talks about. And there's another quote here that says, your ability needs responsibility to expose it to possibilities. Do what you can do with what you have where you are. If you are thinking of having everything figured out before you can do what you're taking off responsibility, they might never happen. But the true part of it is the fact that you have to start with what you have where you are. Yeah, I'm recording this video with my phone, not with a camera or anything. I just want to start with it, and I have to start with it, using it. There are still many things I can do to make it better, but I want to realize my goal of sharing my reviews of book, because I have to start with what I have, and that is just it. Don't wait for people to challenge you. Challenge yourself. No matter what you go through or how the holes you face determine that they won't stop you. They won't stop you. So what are 4 steps of accomplishing your dream? Practice, prepare practically, plan purposefully, proceed positively, pursue persistently. Prepare practically, plan purposefully, proceed positively, and pursue persistently. You can, to be somebody who is very persistent will be so hard, because the person is putting more effort on it from time to time. Never allow fear to stop you from trying. Yeah, people eventually, there are people who are pursuing something for a long time. They couldn't achieve those things, but they persist, and at some point they eventually get what they are looking for. So chapter 7 talks about your potential's purpose. Purpose is the source of meaning and the significance of all the created things. Purpose is the source of meaning and significant for all the created things. One thing we should realize is the fact that God created us, and what we are able to do with what He has given us, it's a kind of it's kind of giving of a sense of being that, I've touched a particular life. I've created something that is now being usable by a lot of people. My speech can never now strengthens people to do more. I can give support to somebody. They give us a sense of meaning into our life. Your potential has a purpose. Purpose is setting your potential right. If you don't know what it is truly important, it is impossible to invest wisely. When you don't know what is good for you or what is important aspect of your life, you may not know where to invest it. So chapter 8 talks about 10 keys of fulfilling your true potential. There are 10 keys of fulfilling your full potential. 10 keys of fulfilling your full potential. I think it's on page 127. Yeah. Number 1 is you must know the source, and the source is God. I don't know what kind of God you believe in, but somebody created you. Yes. So you must know the source. Number 2, you must understand how the product was designed to function. So who created you? There is a manual that He has given you for you to live, for you to maximize this potential, to uncover it that He has given you. So you have to study the manual, how the design, what He has created you to be. Number 3, you must know your purpose. What are you created to do? Purpose gives rise to responsibility, and responsibility make demand more purpose gives birth to responsibility, and responsibility makes demand some potential. So number 4, you must understand your resources. What are the things that you have that you can control, not the things that you still don't have? What are the things that you can control at the present? Number 5, you must have the right environment. Environment shapes life. Yes, where you grow shapes your life. What kind of environment are you creating within yourself? What kind of people are you working with within yourself to actualize your potential? Number 6, you must work out your potential. Your potential is a dormant ability, and you must make it work out. Number 7, you must cultivate your potential. It's like a seed. Potential is like a seed, and you cannot bury it. If you bury it, it will not grow. But when you plant it, it will germinate and it will grow. Number 8, you must guard your potential. You must guard your potential. You make sure that you are not taking any negativity into your heart that can weaken you, but things that can strengthen you. Number 9, you must share your potential. A potential that is not known, it's just as if there is no potential at all. Your potential is meant to serve people. It's meant to help people. It's meant to, it's meant to you have to live it out and share with people. Yeah, you have to share with people. Yeah, true potential and fulfillment in life is not what you accomplish, but who benefit from them. Yes, as I've said, having a potential without sharing with people is just as if you don't have. It is in the people that you place with it. And number 10, you must know and understand the law of limitation. Freedom and power are two of the most important elements in your life. Potential is the essence of both. Potential is power, but freedom needs the law to be enjoyed, and power needs responsibility to be effective. One with the other produce self. Without the other produce self-destruction. You must understand the law of limitation. And the last chapter, that is dare to believe in your potential. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody will believe in you. Yes, you have to believe in your potentials. Believe in your potential. People who change the world don't just dream, they act. This the heart. People who change the world, they act. Munroe is of blessed memory. He is known for great messages that he has preached and great books that he has written. Now he is no more, but we are still reading his book. We are still talking about him. That is, he lived his potential. He maximized, he unleashed, he released his potential while he was still alive, and that is why we can still talk about him today. So you are truly successful only if you have fulfilled your potential and have done what you are proposed to do. Yes, living your potential gives you the assurance that you have lived purposefully. Your desire controls your direction in life. You must have good goals and desire so strongly you will go after it no matter what the expense. So I'm challenging you today. You've known what potentials are, the untapped resources that you have not used, the dormant ideas that is still waiting to be to be worked upon, that you have not worked upon. So I'm challenging you today. What will you do about your potential? Put your potential to work, and that is what will give you a sense of purpose. See you on another video. Bye.